Just what the hell is Black Lives Matter anyway? Well, it's a hard question to answer because there really isn't one simple answer. That's what happens when your movement's named after a platitude. Save baby seals! Children are our future! Ice cream is yummy! The problem with having a movement named after an aphorism? It's a trap! Being asked if you support Black Lives Matter is like being asked when did you stop beating your wife. There's no safe answer. If you say you don't support Black Lives Matter, what are you, a racist? Don't you think Black Lives Matter? You only think white lives matter? You don't care about cops shooting black kids? Check your privilege. Racist. Oppressor. Of course, you're probably not saying you don't think Black Lives Matter. You just don't support the tactics and rhetoric of the organization called Black Lives Matter. Sorry, in the age of the internet, that's way too much context. But there's also a downside to saying you support Black Lives Matter, because what is Black Lives Matter? Yeah, I know, I already asked that. Thanks for paying attention. You see, there's Black Lives Matter, the sentiment, and Black Lives Matter, the organization. The sentiment supports the belief that more needs to be done to address the inequalities and injustices Black Americans suffer in disproportionate numbers. This is a basic appeal to decency, compassion, and fairness, the ongoing American challenge to build a more perfect union. And then there's Black Lives Matter, the organization. If you read their website, you'll find the expected things about improving the lot of Black Americans, but that gives way to a crazy cornucopia of far-left propaganda, including the belief that the U.S. government has been carrying out deliberate genocide against Black Americans, Black poverty is state-sponsored violence, history is written as herstory, police are terrorists, anti-Israel venom, and lots of reference to the Black Liberation Movement, which is heavily associated with radical Marxism, and elements of which advocated a protracted, bloody civil war between whites and blacks in America. So you see, the title Black Lives Matter is like a hot dog. You're familiar with the concept, but you really don't know what you're biting into. But if you question any of this, you're immediately lumped in with the people who deny that there's any real problems for African Americans, or the out-and-out racists who think the problem isn't how many blacks are killed by police, but how few. But if you question the ideology or methods of the Black Lives Matter group, it doesn't mean you don't think Black Lives Matter. But according to BLM, scrutiny is evil. If you're not black, you can't question the movement, or else you're racist, patriarchal, oppressive, Trump. Black people who question BLM are Uncle Toms. They got all the exits covered. Now, I don't blame the BLM movement, folks. They've got the right to their opinions and methods. I blame the white liberal guilt that embraces the most radical voices as the most legitimate ones. And you know, if white people of good conscience did more than passively feel bad about the problems facing African Americans, maybe Black Lives Matter wouldn't have become a thing. So what's my point? Come on, this is the internet age. You'll all tell me what I'm thinking from the comfort of your own bias. Hell, most of you determined my intentions from the title of the video, so I'll let you Rorschach blot your own message. But I will say this to you, all lives matter, folks. Shut up already. Look at it like this. All motor vehicles should have safe brakes, but GM had to recall their trucks because of a specific problem with them. This doesn't mean that GM doesn't care about the brake safety of other companies' trucks. They just have to address the area they can speak to with direct knowledge. Who am I kidding? If you could follow that metaphor, you wouldn't need the explanation in the first place. I'm Ed the Sock. Feel free to unleash your outrage, name-calling, and bile at Ed the Sock. And for more content to fuel your righteous anger, don't forget to subscribe. All right now, go fuck off.